This is Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Presented by Taco Cabana.
It is a beautiful night for football here on San Antonio's north side. We're at Gustafson Stadium for Taft against Holmes on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to TNL. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik. And District 28 6A is one of the best in the entire state of Texas. And Chuck, nobody knows that more than Taft and Holmes so far this year.
Well, Don, both of these teams coming off a bye, everybody in 28 6A is, and this is a really good chance for both of these teams to, first of all, heal up because they both played an unbelievably brutal schedule, but also to refocus. You know, they can look at the second half of the season and say, hey, what kind of team do we want to be? This is a huge game tonight for both teams that are absolutely desperate to get a win here this evening.
Yeah, Taft has run into those teams right at the very top of the standings without their starting quarterback, but Carlos Herrera is back tonight.
Yeah, he got hurt in the first week of the season, and Taft was actually able to win its first two ball games of the year, but they've had to rotate 2 or 3 different young men into the starting lineup at this position. Obviously, it's hard to be a very consistent ball club when you're rotating quarterbacks, but yeah, Carlos Herrera, fresh off his dislocated shoulder, back in the lineup tonight.
He loves to wing it to number 10, Brandon King, his favorite target with 12 catches on the year.
Yeah, this is a young man that's got all kinds of speed. He can definitely knock the lid off the opposing team's defense. He's also one of those guys, if he catches it right off the line of scrimmage, he's one of those guys who can bust a big one right up off the top.
We found out last year that Holmes has an electric player in DeQuarian Haney. We call him DQ. He's one of those guys like Brandon Adams that we saw from Sam Houston a week ago.
Yeah, he makes a lot of things happen. In fact, you know, talking to head coach Juan Morales, he says, we're going to get this guy the ball, let's say 25 to 50 times tonight. He's one of those guys that is absolutely electrifying. His speed and his agility are really something to watch.
Yeah, like I said, it's a gorgeous night to play football. Mike Hernandez down on the sidelines. You know, Mike's been out in that lightning and rain early part of the year. This is what you call payback time for our countywide service game time weather, right, Mike?
Well, you called it. Man, it is absolutely perfect football weather out here. We got a nice breeze coming out of the northeast at about 8 miles an hour. That should continue for the bulk of the game. And check this out, low 70s starting out and then falling into the 60s by this evening. Almost need a jacket. Almost need a jacket.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. When we come back, we'll have our Hallmark University keys to the game. It's Taft and it's Holmes. Stick around. TNL kicking off. Coming up.
You're watching Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights, presented by Taco Cabana.
Welcome back to Gustafson Stadium, where we have Taft and Holmes tonight on TNL. Right now it's time for our Hallmark University keys to the game. And Chuck, we start with the Taft Raiders and first-year coach Ricky Stade.
Well, the Raiders tonight want to have their execution match their effort. Coach Stade really likes the effort that his team has given him so far. Now they just want to make sure that they're hitting all their P's and Q's. Secondly, they want to tackle well and then also play with relentless effort.
Ricky Stade was at O'Connor last year. He's trying to bring a winning culture to Taft.
We got to find an identity. And tonight, you know, it's about identity for our offense. What are we going to be these last 5 games of the season? We have the second half of the season come in, and we've been up and down and a little bit erratic on that side of the ball. And tonight's about finding an identity and who we're going to be the rest of the way through.
Chuck, you and I both big fans of Juan Morales since his days at Highlands. What are his keys tonight?
Yeah, one of the best coaches around, no doubt. But they want to have no turnovers, stop the run. And then Coach Morales was absolutely adamant about this team playing a complete game. They have yet to do so in his estimation.
Here's Juan Morales.
The biggest thing for us is always establish the run. You know, we've got a great explosive running back by the name of DQ Haney. We're looking to him to really spark some fire with us. Our offensive line has got to be on all P's and Q's and make sure that they get everything done the right way. And our quarterback has really come of age here, especially mid-season. Again, had a great game this last game, and we're looking for him to try and spark something up as well.
One thing you know about Juan Morales, his teams will play hard, looking for their first win tonight. It's Taft and Holmes. We'll have our national anthem, and we'll kick it off here from Gus when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Pick and Pool.
It's breakthrough time for the Holmes Huskies as part of our Beyond the Game segment. You can see kids from the feeder schools coming out. Other schools, members from the Taft student body also getting to go through the breakout banner here with the Raiders. One of the great sights that we see with our Beyond the Game initiative that has really started here at the Northside District with Stan Lang doing a great job, and we're getting ready for our national anthem. That's good to see.
Indeed it is, and it's a great night for football, isn't it? It felt like fall when you woke up this morning. It's been nice and cool all day long, and we have two teams desperate for victory here tonight. And I think it's a really interesting matchup because, as we said, I mean, Holmes comes in here, Don, with no wins, but yet you look at their schedule and who they've played. I mean, it's been a murderer's row. You got to play Wagner and O'Connor and all these great schools. And so they really felt like they made a pretty big leap forward a couple of weeks ago. Then they had the bye. So, you know, it's one of those things where you know that Coach Morales is going to have this team coached up. You know that they're building culture here, as they are on the Taft sideline as well. I mean, these are schools, all of them throughout in 28-6A, that have really legitimate college talent. And it doesn't matter which school you're talking about. Top to bottom, this is a very, very elite district.
Let's turn it over to Lou Kaluza as we get ready for our national anthem.
Now entering the field is the color guard from the Texas 781st Air Force Junior ROTC from Oliver Wendell Holmes and Business Careers High School. Commanding and carrying the American flag, Cadet First Lieutenant Evelyn Garcia. Carrying the Texas flag, Cadet First Lieutenant Ariana Herrera. The American Guard, Cadet First Lieutenant Karina Lopez. The Texas Guard, Cadet First Lieutenant Chelsea Miles. At this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats to honor America and the men and women serving in our armed forces around the world. Our national anthem this evening will be played by the Oliver Wendell Holmes Husky High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Daniel Lugo.
Thanks for watching the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights pregame show. Stay tuned for tonight's first half kickoff.
We're back. Coach Juan Morales and his Holmes Huskies getting ready to do battle here as we are about ready to kick it off. Juan Morales turned the program around at Highlands. He's in the midst of doing the same thing here, but he said, you know, it's like a roller coaster. You got to hit the bottom before you can climb up to the top. And right now, these 0-5 Huskies trying to climb rung by rung, and he, you know, it won't be a matter of time before he turns these guys into a winner.
Well, you know, I think everybody at Holmes is probably expecting, hey, you did it at Highlands. You took an 0-8, whatever, 0-something team, and next thing you know, you're winning 8 ball games and you're a perennial playoff team. But you know it's coming and done. I know we had the honor of having Coach Morales coach one of the squads on our All-Star game a couple of years ago, and just in a week's time, I mean, that team, like, it had been coached for a year the way they played in that ball game.
Yeah, it's a lot different to try to turn around a team that plays in District 28 6A, where you've got a beast on your schedule every week with O'Connor and Brennan and Brandeis and on and on and on. Time for our HEB kickoff, and it'll be Adair Nunez kicking deep to Brandon King, who is back for the Raiders, standing at about his own 5-yard line, and we are underway here at Gustafson Stadium. King gonna field it a couple yards deep, and he'll take a knee, and that's where we'll see that Taft offense tonight. Taft is led by Carlos Herrera, as we said, was their starter in week 1. Got hurt on the 3rd series and is just now making his return, and they've had to go about 3 quarterbacks deep on this roster, and in the meantime, like we talked about, playing some of those teams like O'Connor and Brennan along the way, it's been rough going for the Raiders, but they hope to turn it around here tonight with Carlos Herrera at the helm.
Yeah, limited passing numbers, obviously. You spoke about the injury, and this young man's a really good runner and a scrambler, really good with his feet. We'll see a lot of that tonight.
He's got Devon Tilden and Diego Martinez behind him. He'll hand it on first down, and that's Mekhi Martin on the carry. Take a look at the Taft starting lineup. Diego Martinez, most of the carries for them this year. Mekhi Martin was the one who just toted the rock right there. And they've got some big guys up front with Leonel Gonzalez, the senior right guard, leading the way. Herrera's going to keep balls out. Holmes has it. A scoop. And all the way down inside the 5 is Dimitri Rodriguez. I was going to say maybe a scoop and a score. But he got close, and the Huskies are knocking on the door.
Well, just what Holmes needed to try to kickstart their night. First drive of the game for Taft, second play from scrimmage. Let's see what happened here. Quarterback just looking to make a play, and how about that? Got a big number 44 coming in there. Creovani Johnson stripping it loose, and let me see you stripped. Ball on the ground, and you're right, almost 6 on the other end.
Creo, a first-team all-district performer a year ago, was talking to Juan Morales about him before the game, and he said he is a playmaker as the Huskies inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone. And DQ Haney, first play from scrimmage for the Huskies. Touchdown, Holmes.
Oh, he's grabbing his hamstring, too. It might have come with a cost.
Yeah. He looks kind of fired up. It looks like he's going to be okay, let's hope, for his sake and the Huskies' sake.
Quarion Haney making the most of his early opportunity, just right up the gut. Nice little crease up the middle, getting some help from the big boys up front.
Quarterback Rios will hold for Adair Nunez. Adair was a first-team all-district performer a year ago. He's coming off an ACL injury, and this is one of his first games back. And Holmes takes the early lead. 3 plays into the ball game, we got a score, 7-0 Huskies. Welcome back. Here's DeQuarian Haney. We call him DQ, and he walked in for a touchdown. Did he pull a hammy celebrating?
I don't know, but that was one heck of a hole created there in the A-gap for Josh Davis and Rayshon Curtis. Good job. You know, they've been talking about this offensive line not with a lot of experience to start the year. They got 2 seniors on the left side up front, and they got a senior outside in John Key at 1 tackle. But then they got Rayshon Curtis, who's just a freshman, and then their center, Davis, the 2 young guys, is just a sophomore.
That one's kicked out of bounds, so they will spot it at the 25, and that's where the Raiders will have it.
You know, Don, you talked about this district, and, you know, it's a fist fight basically every time out. You know, we've been doing games all over town. You come over here and you watch Holmes and Taft, and
kick out of bounds, put it in play at the 30-yard line, first down.
I can't believe the size of these 2 teams. I mean, they got some big, beefy fellas.
This whole district is so big. Remember those kids we saw at O'Connor on the offensive line, and 44 is quite a player making that strip. Yeah. Creo Johnson.
No doubt.
So we're back where we started here. 1st and 10 for Herrera and the Raiders. Inside handoff going nowhere. Right at Creavani Johnson, and he and his Husky teammates stop him for no game. So you see the defensive starters, Creavani Johnson, the defensive end, and standout player. They're the defensive backfield with Valdiva, Reynoso, Cantu, and Gonzalez. Tilden and Makai Martin in the backfield. Herrera's going to go on 4. Play action, wants to throw it over the middle. Now he's running for his life. Herrera got nowhere to go, and he's in trouble. Herrera's trying to get out of that trouble, but he won't. It's going to be a loss of 12 on the play as the Husky defense had him corralled.
Really good job by that Holmes defensive front 7. Look how hard it is for the quarterback to break it outside because guys are staying in their lanes. It's kind of like what the Cowboys did the other night to Watson of the Texans. Did a really good job keeping him in the pocket and just nowhere to go with the football.
Ricardo Contreras, the man to bring him down. It's now 3rd and 21. Trips to the left-hand side for Contreras. Ball's on the ground. He throws the screen over to the middle. That was tipped around and could have been intercepted. Instead, it's incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 21. Brandon King, the intended receiver, but that chance had no chance to go anywhere as Ricardo Contreras again there to make the play.
Yeah, they had some really good pursuit towards the football, and one of those Holmes guys squirted through there kind of early. That was Jose Martinez. I think threw off the rhythm of that play just by getting into the backfield so quickly.
Brian Medina will kick it to Haney, who stands at his 50. And again, he is one of the more electric players in all of San Antonio. And he's not going to have a chance to return this one as he'll let it die right there at the 46-yard line. And we'll take a break. Holmes has their first full possession here. It only took 1 play to score. They've got the ball back when we come back on TNL.
All right, welcome back. I'm joined, one of the football players actually just came off the field and is joining us now. This is Mike Vela from, of course, Taco Cabana Regional Operations Director. How you doing?
Good, awesome. Great night for football, right?
Great night for football.
Oh, man, the weather's great.
And this is Pete Palomino, and he's joining you today, and he's got some food. So let's talk first about that, and then I want to talk about the jersey.
Okay. Yeah, so come out and take advantage of our dozen bean and cheese tacos for $9.99.
Like now?
Right now, if you want them, man. We also got flautas for $9.99. So come out after the game and get some. So,
all right.
Well, go for it.
Good
you
stuff,
got your food, man.
All right, so tell us about the jersey. Hold it. Oh! Oh! What a play!
That was me back in high school. Oh.
Okay. They're going to come back to us. Okay.
That was Aquarian Haney on the little pass going down the sideline. We do have a flag on the play, and I think it's coming back. So it was exciting, but I don't think it's going to count. Mike?
All right. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it?
Exciting for sure.
So Mike actually graduated from here, from Holmes in 1980.
1980. So I know one of the coaches here, and I told him I was going to be out here with you guys. Hey, we need you on the sidelines. I'm going to get you a jersey. I said, all right, well, give me my 1980 jersey, 12. He gives me 40. I go, 40? Well, you said 40 years, right? I said, oh, my God.
Well, good.
It's been a lot of fun, though. It's been a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, well, it's good.
Awesome.
I bet it's good to put on the jersey. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
This is the same one you wore when you were playing. Huh?
Yeah, it was.
All right. Okay, well, listen, thank you for the tacos as always, and thank you, Taco Cabana, for being our presenting sponsors. Back to you guys.
All right, Mike, I saw you eating tacos before the game, so you send that box up to the press box as Haney bounces it outside. And, Chuck, we can see just in 3 plays just what everybody was talking about with this kid.
Well, he's electrifying, and, you know, this is his 3rd year as a starter. We obviously have gotten to know him over the years, especially here on TNL. Holmes has been on there before, so, yeah, just one of those guys that you know they're going to wear out. And, again, I like what Coach Morales told us earlier this week. Yeah, he's going to touch the ball 25 to 50 times. Can't touch it enough.
Here he is. No, it's not him. It's number 4 up the middle. And that is Christopher Malero. He gets a couple. Giving DQ a little bit of a rest.
That's what I'm talking about. The guy's already worn out, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter with the night that this young man's putting together.
Inside the Baptist Emergency Center red zone. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. Taft really loading the box, looking for the run, and we've got a flag pre-snap.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That'll make it a much more interesting play call for Juan Morales. This will be more like 3rd and 7.
Well, this is the kind of stuff that he was talking about that's, you know, he's been patient with this group. It just feels like, you know, it's always, you know, a penalty here, a play here that's costing them. And, you know, they really felt like they made strides a couple of weeks ago, but here they are. They've already taken points off the board with a penalty.
Swinging it to their best player. Haney's close to the first down. He's got it. He's got more. Down the sideline, inside the 10, and out of bounds. Morales was like, yeah, you can rest, but not on 3rd and 7.
Exactly right. And then you swing it out to DQ, and once he finds the ears, then it's, look at his feet. He's running a downhill guy, too. Next little shot there at the end. But this guy, some kind of football player. Really, Coach Morales talked about the fact that he really likes that DQ is really hunkered down in the classroom this year, too.
14 yards on that pickup. Ball's loose. Rios struggled to get it back, but I believe he did. They'll set up 2nd down as DQ Haney will get a break again and come out. Nathan Cano on the pressure there.
That was a problem that Holmes was having earlier this year, just the snap from center to quarterback. So they've kind of shuffled some things around, moved some guys around to try to get a little more continuity on this offense. And, you know, save for a couple of penalties tonight, they're having a really nice game here early on.
Hand up the middle to Rodolfo Castillo, and he's in for a touchdown. He just kept fighting. I thought he was down about the 2, and he just kept grinding across the goal line.
Well, everybody thinking one guy's going to get the football, and Holmes is going to mix things up a little bit, give it to the up back, and then it's just good old-fashioned bully ball.
Just kept those legs churning as Nunez will come on to try and make it 14-0 Huskies. And don't look now, but this winless ball club has come out and popped Taft right in the mouth to start this football game. Holmes up 14-0. Taft will have the football when we come back. It's all Huskies in the first.
All right, welcome back. I'm joined by Valerie Gadasa from Vulcan Materials Company. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
So Vulcan Materials Company is our Scholar Athlete sponsor, and we love what you guys do. It's really great highlighting some wonderful young men and young women.
Yes, it's such a pleasure to be able to give back to the community, and these kids, they're so impressive with everything that they have going on, and all the effort they put towards their education. So it means a lot to us to really give back, so we're glad to be part of it.
And another way you guys are giving back is a big race that's coming up. Tell us about this.
Absolutely. So we have our Quarry Crusher Run series. It's coming up at our 1604 in O'Connor location, Quarry, October 20th. We want all of you guys to sign up. It's for a great cause. It's for Soldiers Angels. They help the deployed. They help veterans. You can use code TNL35 to register for 20% off for all of your viewers. So yeah, we want everybody to come out.
And again, that's coming up on the 20th.
October 20th.
At the Vulcan Materials site. So actually go through the quarry.
It's so much fun. You get to go through the quarry, down into the pit, come back up. We have over 200 runners already registered, so we're really excited.
Is there an age limit to this?
12 and over. But 12 and under, we're having a Halloween contest, so come in your costumes.
All right, well, thank you, Valerie.
Yes,
I appreciate
absolutely.
it. And thank you, Vulcan Materials Company.
All right, thanks, Mike. Back to live action on first down for the Raiders. A kielbasa smoked meat first down as they split out 4 wides, 2 to each side. Instead, they turn and hand it up the middle, and a huge collision as Devon Tilden just ran over the Holmes DB. Check that, Diego Martinez on the carry. And
I think that was Dimitri Rodriguez, wasn't it, number 9?
He got right up in his grill.
I'll tell you what, he took a lick, but he didn't give a whole lot either. He
held on to that leg, yeah.
Started chewing on his ankle.
2nd and 7 for Taft. Rios swings out to King. He's got room, watch out. He's their kick returner, and he's got speed. Brandon King is gone. Touchdown, Taft. Wow. We got some jet quick guys out there on the field tonight. Brandon King says, hey, DQ, I know you can do it. I can too.
Well, as we said, this guy's their deep threat, stretches the field, and he can take short passes and pop a home run. He can go deep and catch the long ball on you and get a home run that way. I mean, I almost thought he was going to pop that kickoff return to start this drive.
Wow, that was impressive speed as well, as he just blazed down the sidelines to put the Raiders on the board. Here's Brian Medina with the extra point, and it is good. And Taft gets right back in the football game thanks to the speed of Brandon King.
Yeah, wow. Here it is. Fake the run, pitch it outside, close to being a lateral either way. Once King gets the edge, you thought for pretty much he was going to be able to score there, but I'm going to tell you what, Alex Valdivia, he darn near got him. That was impressive speed coming from the backside to almost get him before he got into the end zone, but boy, that's what you want if you're Taft. You're having nothing go your way to start this game, and then bam, 2 plays later, you cut into that Holmes lead, and just like that, it's game on.
Well, these two coaches doing a good job so far of putting that ball in the hands of their playmakers, and it's made for an exciting first quarter here at Gus.
Indeed. You talk about these two teams and how well coached they are, and again, it hasn't translated always into wins, but you're going to get these teams' best effort each and every week. And again, they've got playmakers. It's a matter of just finding them and executing when you get the chance.
A little pooch kick taken at the 25. That's Jake Lee, and he's got some room before he's finally run out of bounds right at midfield as we're back in 30 seconds.
My team is selling homes every single day. With countless years of combined military and real estate experience, we know what it takes to get your home sold. Our fast-track selling process has proven to sell more homes quicker, hassle-free, and with maximum profit to the seller. We work 24/7 to sell your home. Our hassle-free listing process will get your home sold, I guarantee it. Are you ready to buy or sell a home? Make an appointment with my team today. We're veteran-owned and veteran-operated, the Levi Rogers Real Estate Group, 210-331-7000.
Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? I believe it's the same guy who carried it, Christopher Malero. Couldn't hang on to it, but was there to alertly get it back.
Yeah, very fortunate there for the Holmes Huskies. Obviously, you need one of those shutdown innings. Taft just quick hit you for 7. Now you're trying to see if you can do something with the ball in the first play from scrimmage. Coming back, you can't make the connection on the pitch, so that's something they're going to have to clean up.
Haney back in at running back for Holmes, so get your popcorn ready. He carries on the inside handoff, and he's that yard or 2 back. As we've got an Alamo Real Estate Broker smile cam. Lots of pink in the stands for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a lot of people having a good time here at Gustafson Stadium tonight. Why shouldn't they? It is perfect weather. No more of that unbearable heat and humidity.
Holmes has got some speed outside too. Jake Lee being one of them at the bottom of your screen.
Run Haney out into the flat, and being dragged down from behind is Rios, and it was Markel Turner who did a great job to get in the backfield and bring him down from behind.
Yeah, Markel, just a junior, just kind of staying with it. Taft doing a really good job breaking that up. They had pressure and red and white jerseys all up in that backfield right there, and he was just able to stay after and bring the quarterback down.
So Ricky Luna Paz will kick it, punt it away to Julian Hunt, who is back for Taft, standing at his 20. High snap. He gets it off. It's a short, high kick, and it takes a bounce. Taft better get out of the way and does not make contact with anybody, and takes a good Holmes roll all the way down to about the 23-yard line.
Claude Jones from Taft doing a really good job there getting free at the line of scrimmage, and I think forced Holmes into punting that ball a little quicker than they were hoping to. Kind of threw off the rhythm of the play.
Thought he might get there.
Came close. So really good job by Taft's defense getting a 3 and out, giving it right back to their offense, and although they're kind of backed up, heck with the playmakers they've got. Didn't take them long on the last drive. We'll see what they've got here to see if they can even this thing up.
They break the huddle with Brandon King. Split out. Instead, they hand right up the middle. That is King. Check that. Tilden gets to the 30.
Yeah, Taft has 3 guys that they like to rotate. Martin, Martinez, and Tilden. And these guys all have similar traits. A lot of downhill ability, physical backs, big guys. They're all really good in the classroom too, which is what we all like up here.
Tilden is the lone back behind Herrera here on 2nd and 4. Low snap. Tilden trying to get the first down. Instead, he only gets about 1.5 yards. Good defense again by the Huskies, and Creo Johnson is there as he always is.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those, another guy didn't quit on the play. Get a lot of guys in his face right there at the point of attack, but stayed after it, was able to bring the ball carrier down from the backside.
So, big play for Taft here. 3rd down and 3.
Stacking the box.
Ruff's direct snap, not going to get there. The Holmes defense with great penetration is going to force a 4th and 4. That was Jose Martinez getting through.
Yeah, I had some buddies helping him too. Nice job selling out on the run blitz. Forcing Taft, you'd think, into a punt, although we've seen crazier things happen. Good job by Holmes' defense bowing up and forcing the 3 and out.
And let's see if they will kick it to the very dangerous DQ Haney. They may run it with Tilden here. He's not their normal punter. And they run it. Tilden's trying to get the first down.
Are you kidding me?
Does. A flag flies late, but boy, that's a personnel recognition thing right there. When they run out their running back to punt, and he hasn't punted a single time all season long.
On the play.
Well, what I can't believe is how Tilden lost his footing, yet was still able to get to the edge and pick up the first down. I mean, that had bust written all over it.
Not only that,
After the penalty will be
15 more with a face mask on the end of it. And so not only does Taft convert a 4th and 4 from a punt formation with their running back lined up as the punter, he does a great job to get yards and the stick, and then they get 15 on added to it.
That's what I like about these kinds of games. You got both teams selling out, emptying out the playbook. Both of these teams absolutely desperate to get this ball game tonight.
It's a kielbasa smoke meat first down for Herrera. The snaps have been low tonight. He gets it to Diego Martinez. And he picks up a nice gainer of about 7 or 8.
Again, they can slash and dash you with quite a number of guys, and nothing fancy about that. Just once they're able to get the snap, hand it off, get a guy busting through to the third line of defense.
It's Martinez back there again on this snap, 2nd down and 3. Instead, they sling it out to Mackay. He gets the first down. Great second effort. Martin dives past the stick.
Boy, that was a really great individual play. You know, he's contacted 2 or 3 yards behind the first down marker. Holmes doing a great job sniffing it out, but look at this guy. Takes on 3 fellas and still picks up an additional couple yards on the back end and moves the chains as well.
That sets up another kielbasa smoke meat first down for Herrera. Gets his squad set. Hands it to Martinez. He got some space. Good for about, I was going to say 8, but he's still grinding, and he's got another first down. Wow, what second effort there by Diego Martinez.
Yeah, and the guys up front for Taft, Guzman, Gonzalez, and Delegado on the right side doing a really good job too, opening up a nice crease for these runs.
So we've got a offsetting penalties. And so they will move the sticks to exactly where the football was, but we're going to have a timeout on the field as well. I believe that there was a face mask, personal foul, so they took that penalty. So Taft is going to have the ball all the way down to the 11-yard line as we go down to Mike Hernandez.
All right, I'm joined by Riley Walker from San Antonio Sports. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing good. So this cheer challenge thing is really kind of starting to gain some momentum here.
Yeah, absolutely. It started about a week ago. I think we got a few of the teams competing here tonight. Essentially, the top 4 vote getters will get a chance to cheer in the National All-American Bowl or our local All-Star football game in the Alamo Dome. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, and so how do they get involved in this? How do they join? How do they become part of the competition?
Sure. So the registration is over. It's now a chance for everyone to vote online.
Okay, so we're voting.
Exactly. So they'll go to cw35.com to cast their vote. They can vote once per day on any smart device, and the voting will go on until December 3rd, and then we'll announce the winners.
All right, and again, you get to play on national TV. You get to actually cheer at the All-American Bowl, or the game that we're going to be televising on CW35, which is going to be the All-Star game. And again, it's just a great time, and it's great for all the kids.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a blast for anybody involved.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, San Antonio Sports.
All right, so the penalty puts the Raiders in prime position to try and tie this football game up. As Carlos Herrera fakes, throws out as Martin to the 5. And maybe just inside it on first down.
Ricky Luna Paz, outstanding job coming up from his safety spot. Smelled that all the way, unchecked by Taft. Had some guys out there blocking, but Paz came up, really did a nice job forcing that play out of bounds and allowing Holmes' defense to live to fight another down here as Taft knocks on the door, trying to square this football game.
He's got King soloed up at the top of your screen, one-on-one coverage here. They send Martin in a jet sweep. They fake it. Herrera keeps it himself, and the Holmes defense stayed at home nicely. Maybe gave up a yard, but Holmes did a good job not falling for that jet sweep.
Yeah,
and Herrera slow getting up, but it looks like he's okay.
Yeah, took a knee there sliding out of bounds, but Valdivia did a great job 21, making sure that he didn't bite on any of that stuff. Had some help.
Herrera's
a lot of people biting on that one.
Yeah, Herrera's in some pain, and he is not going to play this next snap.
Yeah, may have rolled over on a finger, it looked like, or something.
Or something. Let's hope he's okay. Yeah, he was in quite a pain. In fact, he ran over and told Mr. Official, yeah, not going to be participating on this next snap. Hope he's all right.
Well, this is something Coach Stade has had to deal with all year long, juggling quarterbacks.
Sure has. Herrera started the first game of the season, and they've gone 3 deep. I was looking at the stats to kind of do some homework on this game, and I was like, wait a second, why isn't he playing? He's their leading passer. Wait, the next guy 2 games later. So Elisha Gelashvili has also participated quite a bit. Josu Ibarra played in between them. So all 3 quarterbacks have had plenty of reps this year.
Well, you know, I said finger, and that was probably poor speculation on my part. I mean, you got a guy coming off of a dislocated shoulder, and it was his throwing shoulder, too. So, I mean, it could be any number of things. I just hope that the young man's okay and he's able to find his way back into the playing game here.
Looks like he's got it all sorted out. Tilden and Mekhi Martin behind him. He gives it to Martin, who stumbles back, but only to the 5. And now we're going to have 4th down as Jose Martinez was there to stop him.
Yeah, I was going to say stumble because Jose Martinez was shot out of a cannon. Came back there and was able to make a play, get low on those ball carriers and see if he can knock them off their feet, test that balance. Nice play, young man.
They'll spot this one at the 13, so it'll be a short 23-yarder for Medina. And he's got it. And Taft makes it a 14-10 ball game after a nice drive that was aided by a kind of a trick play on 4th down where they ran their running back as a punter to pick it up. Got 2 big penalties against Holmes. Both of them 15-yarders, and that got them in business, and they were able to add some points to the board.
I'm just impressed with both of these kickers tonight, too, because, you know, we got a little bit of a breeze here tonight, and it looks like it's swirling a little bit. So you would think at some point that might be a factor at some point in this ball game.
Well, both teams doing great thanks to their offensive lines, and John Garza of Taft is one of our Sprouts player profiles. Saw his name today on the short list as nominee for our San Antonio Sports All-Star game. As you can see, he's a 4-year starter. Looking at playing at the next level at Abilene Christian or Midwestern State there in Wichita Falls. Good in the classroom and on the field. This one's just pooched up. Watch out, Taft could get this football. And they do. And it's dead where he got it. He can't advance it, but that's Markel Turner on a pooch onside.
Yeah, it's one of those flares, right? Just hit it where they ain't. That ball popped up nicely.
And he kicked it to a wide open area.
He sure did. And then Markel Turner flying down the field, able to grab the ball after it hit the turf. Just find the soft spot.
And look at the circle of Huskies around that football, but nobody goes for it. And Turner does. Nice.
Yep, somebody's got to take charge and at least fair catch that sucker. Huge break for Taft and a huge momentum swing after they kick the field goal.
Taft's got it back. They want to add more points. Fake that jet sweep. Herrera rolls out, being chased by Creo Johnson. Instead, he comes out and he's hit really late, and the flag does come in, and that'll be another personal foul against Holmes. Their 3rd in the last half dozen plays. That's going to give them 15 more, and they'll be knocking on the door inside the 15-yard line.
Well, you certainly know that Carlos Herrera's got some wheels, right? Can't believe he was able to elude the pressure and make that into a positive play.
Oh, personal foul on the defense, 15 yards from the end of the run.
So penalties really killing Holmes because they're not just the 5 or 10 yarders. These are the big ones.
Yeah, we've had a wonderful first quarter here as we wind it down, though. A lot of good, exciting plays and two teams getting after each other.
This should be maybe the last snap of the quarter. Herrera will take it. Drops back and just falls down. Kind of lost his footing, and that's a huge loss of about 10 on the play, but Taft will have the football, and they'll have second down in deep inside Holmes' territory when we come back for the second quarter. We knew it would be a competitive football game, and it is. Holmes leads Taft 14-10.
Welcome back to Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Time for our Associated Collision Center highlights from the first quarter. What a bunch of great plays we had in this one. Second play of the ball game. Holmes comes up with a huge turnover, and then it's DQ Haney popping it in, and the end zone is DQ country. A little bit later on, Holmes getting another touchdown from their up back. Looked like Holmes is going to run these guys off the field until Brandon King knocks the lid off, takes the short popper, takes it to the house, and we're at 14-10 in favor of Holmes as we start the second quarter.
Taft back in business as they run Tilden in motion. And they could have thrown it to him earlier. Now they do, and Tilden's got it up the sidelines inside the 10 and out of bounds deep in Holmes territory as Joseph Willard came up to make the tackle.
A huge play on second and long as we take a look at our first quarter stats, and not surprisingly, we got a close game on the scoreboard, and stats looking pretty good too. I mean, obviously the one turnover for Taft really aiding Holmes, and the big reason why they are up 14-10.
That and those 5 penalties for 57 yards have all come in the red zone, putting Taft right at the doorstep. Here's Herrera, 3rd and 1. Hands inside. Martin's got it. Not sure if he's got the stick. It looks like he does. And it looks like it'll be a first down as they'll spot it right at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Taft as Lawrence Lee making the tackle there.
Yeah, big Lawrence Lee, a senior defensive lineman. Almost got him before he was able to pick up the sticks, but not quite. A lot of dirty yards in there tonight between the tackles for these running backs.
Tilden and Mekhi Martin flank Herrera. King's at the bottom of your screen. And they hand it inside to Tilden. He's down to about the 3, gain of 2. It'll be second down and goal.
Yeah, Holmes doing an outstanding job stacking the box that time, and a lot of window dressing stuff going on. Those guys beating their men up front and having a lot of guys swarm to the ball, turning this into a second down play.
Again, it's King to the far right. Tilden and Martin with Herrera. This time Herrera keeps. Did he get in? It looks like they're going to say 3rd down right at the 1-yard line, inside the 1, about the 6-inch line. Taft's going to go quick with a direct snap, and it's on the ground. Holmes pursues, and then we have whistles, and it may have been a pre-snap. They may have blown that dead before the snap, as there's motion on Taft, and that's a good thing. Lucky break for the Raiders because that play was in trouble.
Yeah, it saved him 3 yards of field position right there, as it turns out.
So it'll be 3rd and goal as Taft goes backwards on that play with the false start. Ricky Stade not real happy about the execution there. And now Holmes will take a timeout on defense to talk it over and see how they want to play it. In the meantime, we'll take it with them. Taft knocking on the door, down 4 to Holmes here in the second quarter at Gustafson Stadium. We are back as you're looking at our Alamo State Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam out at the Taft Pep Rally. They're all fired up to play Holmes tonight, having a good time out there on campus. And now trying to score here on 3rd and goal. Straight eye for Herrera. Martin is inside receiver to his right, King on the outside. And now everything's going right. Meanwhile, he throws it right over the middle, caught, touchdown Taft. That goes to J.C. Alarcon.
Great play design by Taft. Had a lot of things going on that would take the Holmes defense's eyes to the left side of the field, and they just go right back over to the middle to the big fella. He's able to secure it. Great throw by Carlos Herrera, who's done a lot of damage with his feet tonight. Some of it's been running for his life, but he's done a really good job, and that was a really good throw to give Taft its first lead of the night.
Yeah, a little tight end pop pass. Extra point is true. And Taft goes in front for the first time on the night.
All right, first of all, we can talk about the snap, because it's been a problem here tonight, and it's been a problem all season for Taft. They're able to do that, and, you know, just making the clean snap between center and quarterback, obviously there's just so much more rhythm to a play if the quarterback doesn't have to go down and find the ears on the ball first. That's something that would take his eyes from going down the field. So, a 6-yard TD reception, and Taft now takes a 17-14 lead over Holmes. So that's scoring the last 17 points of this ball game.
7 plays. You saw the drive chart, and really the momentum of this game has changed on some crucial odd things. I mean, a fake 4th down and an onside pooch punt that just happened to land right in the middle of the Holmes special teams unit. They'll close that hole down here now. And, I mean, Taft's not silly enough to kick it away to DeQuarrie and Haney, so you're going to see a similar kick here, I would think, and Holmes is going to be all over this one. It's caught by, I believe that's Jake Lee, and Jake Lee is down at the 40-yard line, and the Holmes offense will be on the field for the first time in a while as we tell you about Beyond the Game. San Antonio Sports and the Methodist Healthcare System are recognizing teams that have exhibited key values through their actions. To learn how parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game, visit sanantoniosports.org and watch the halftime show to see those teams that are going beyond the game. In fact, I got an email this week from a lady who was proud of a local middle school, wondering if we could do a story on them. I said, we got just the place. Doing great things in the community. Here's Haney. 5 Raiders around him after he picks up about 2. But Chuck, you talked about his feet earlier, and he's as good laterally as he is up vertically. Just the way that he dances to find spots and get just a little bit extra yardage.
Yeah, and Jose De La Vega doing a really good job sticking his nose in there and bringing him down. And can't say enough about Jose De La Vega's hair. It is top of the line.
It's Tawa Effa-like.
Yeah.
John Bustos is in at quarterback as we had a look at Raymond Rios being attended to on the sideline. Bustos has run the ball 17 times this year, has not attempted on but 1 pass all season, so he turns and hands it to Haney, and again, he gets clear of the first level and picks up about 5. That'll set up 3rd down and 5.
Holmes has done an outstanding job of moving the ball around, giving some other guys some touches, but, you know, at some point you're going to have to feed the beast there. Number 3 is quite a special player.
Rios checks back in at quarterback, so he's okay. You see Haney to his right. They're going to flyer it out to him. It's read well and incomplete. That ball go backwards?
It sure looked like it.
That ball went backwards, but it was blown down, and that's all you're trained to do as a player. If you hear a whistle, you stop. I'm not sure his whistle should have blown. He's standing just inside the 40, and it was backwards.
Well, It was blown dead, but Matthew Rodriguez absolutely blew that up. He was getting chipped on the outside, but the young man from Taft came up, made a play right there. He didn't get the football, but he forced him into a punt. Great job.
Break for the Huskies as Juan Morales wants a timeout to discuss this special teams play. And we'll take it with them. Holmes punting away to Taft, who scored the last 17. Looks like they're going to get the football again here. So we play on in the second quarter. Back live at Gustafson Stadium, where Ricky Luna Paz of Holmes ready to punt it away to Julian Hunt. Stands at his 33. High snap, gets it away. Good high kick. Hunt's going to let it bounce, and it'll die right inside the 35, rolling all the way down to the 26-yard line. And that's where Taft will have it after scoring the last 17 points. Holmes going to try to bow up on defense without any major personal foul penalties and see if they can stop the bleeding here.
Yeah, the Taft defense has done an outstanding job after, they had that short field to work with on the opening drive for Holmes. They've shut it down so far, and one of those guys doing the shutting down is Mr. Clyde Jones. 5'9" DB, 3-year football letterman, wants to go to Texas A&M. Not a bad place to go to school. He enjoys playing video games in his free time and hanging out with friends and family. Sounds like my kind of kid.
First down and 10. Herrera keeps trying to run to the outside, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not quite. It'll be a loss of 2.
Well, that was a pretty electrifying loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, I thought he got back to the stick.
Yeah, I did too.
No. Shows you how deep he was on the shotgun. Diego Martinez in the backfield with him. Second and 12 for Herrera. Straight drop, wanting to throw it. He's got King, fires his way and just kind of short arms him, not quite there. Good coverage by Holmes.
Good coverage on the back end, and Jose Martinez, number 53, he and another guy just blew past some of the offensive linemen for Taft there and got the quarterback for Taft, Carlos Herrera, out of the pocket and running on his feet to try to shoot it on the run.
Martinez has had a good game for the Huskies.
He really has.
He's been everywhere.
Just blew through a double team himself.
And again, third and long, 12 yards for Taft. Holmes showing blitz, and they come. And Herrera's got to react quickly. He's trying to outrun the defense, and he's going to slide after picking up about 5 or 6, well short of the first down and deep in their own territory. The Raiders will likely line up to punt. They've faked one here tonight.
Or this Carlos Herrera is something else, isn't he? I mean, he's getting pressure from both sides. So take a look what the penalty was, and then he's getting pressure up the middle, still is able to break contain and at least get out of the pocket and turn something positive, which surely looked like it was going to be a negative.
So the penalty will replay third down, and it'll be 3rd and 7 instead of 3rd and 12. So another conversion opportunity here for the Raiders. And they've got King doubled up, so trying to take away their most explosive player. Still looking his way. Now Herrera's running for his life, and he's sacked. Creovani Johnson all over the field tonight for the Huskies.
I thought he jumped. Somebody jumped, was able to get back, and then King Creole come over and make a play. Why don't you, big fella? You can tell why this guy's a first-team all-district performer.
Bryce was all over it. Great camera work again by our TNL crew.
Oh, yeah, we got a good old-fashioned 28-6-8 fist fight going on here tonight.
And again, they've got Tilden lined up to punt, and this time he will kick it away. Haney wants to return it, but it goes out of bounds right at midfield, so Holmes is going to have good field position. Down 3, mid-second quarter on a beautiful night for football at Gustafson Stadium.
About the ultimate sign of respect, kicking it away from the DQ, right?
No question. Hey, don't go anywhere for our Lockaway Storage halftime show. As always, we feature the biggest and the best bands in the business, including Taft and Holmes tonight. Plus, you'll meet our Vulcan Materials Company Scholar Athletes of the Week. It's all coming up on the Lockaway Storage halftime show. Here's DQ as we speak. He bounces it outside. Watch out. Haney gets to the outside. A couple of Taft Raiders had angles, but there's a flag down. There's 2 down in the Holmes backfield. And this is coming back. And penalties again, really biting Juan Morales' squad.
Something's funny down there. I don't think it is to Coach Morales.
Okay, there's going to be called a hold here. It'll back up the Huskies.
From the previous spot, replay first out.
So it'll be 1st and 20 instead of being spotted inside the Taft 30. As DQ is a Sprouts Farmers Market player profile here. He's a basketball player as well. Getting some looks, wants to play at Texas State. A direct snap it there, and a hurdle by DQ Haney. Picks up about 4 on the play. Couldn't quite get past Jose de la Vega, though.
Yeah, getting some D3 looks as well. I mean, this guy's going to be playing somewhere. You got to believe that next year. Really, he's done a good job turning himself into a great football player and a good guy, too. It's part of the high school experience. Making sure you're doing everything right. In the class and on the field.
Bustos back in at quarterback. Rios has checked out again. And another penalty on Holmes.
5-yard penalty, replay 2.
So it's just sloppy football from the Huskies right now, and it's the reason they're down 17-14. They jumped out in front 14-0 if you just joined us, but a slew of penalties on Holmes has really hurt him on defense, and now it's starting to push him back on the offensive side.
Well, Taft is still jamming the box, so maybe they can come up with a big play downfield.
Nice slant over the middle. It's caught by Joey Ortiz, and he gets some of it back. That was 2nd and 22, and now we're going to have 3rd and about 14.
Holmes is trying to go quick here, see if they can get something else downfield. They can buy some protection from the quarterback. They're going to have time to get it downfield.
Good block, and that ball tipped away by good penetration by Phoenix Montemayor.
Yep, they were smelling that screen all the way. Holmes tried to go bubble. But again, I mean, Taft is stacking the box. It's a tough play to try to make when you got that many guys that are bunched up along the line of scrimmage.
Phoenix Montemayor, one of the great names on this Taft roster. They got some gems. Isaiah Picasso.
Yeah, we had a chance to talk to that young man this week as we were hyping the game.
My favorite, Maximus So Morales. You gotta love a Maximus. That punt rolls out of bounds. 4:10 left, and both offenses now starting to settle in against these defenses who have bowed up, and both teams struggling to get going now offensively.
Yeah, really good defensive line play from both of these squads here in this quarter. For both teams rolling up and down the field there in that first.
Martin's to the left, King's to the right. Tilden behind Herrera, claps his hands and fires it out to Martin, and a good submarine tackle coming up from that Holmes defense. And that's Xavier Gonzalez who read it perfectly.
Boy, indeed he did. Coming up from his DB spot. That play just took a little too long to develop.
Good play by the Holmes defense as we tick inside of 4 minutes.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that, right? Good defensive plays, and both of these offenses going backwards, not forwards.
Exactly. 3:33 to play here in the half. Herrera fakes it to Martin, now fires, and it's up in the air, and I believe it's caught. It was. Devon Tilden just out-jumped the Holmes defense. Xavier Gonzalez was right there. Thought he might have a pick, but Tilden did a good job just taking it away from him.
Yeah, Devon Tilden, apparently this kid's got some ups. A really good job selling that run, too, able to make that play downfield with a pass.
So it's 3rd and 1. They hand it to Martin. He stumbles forward and has the first down. A kielbasa smoke meat first down across the 40-yard line, and Taft keeps the drive alive. Joseph Willard on the tackle for the Huskies.
And Ricardo Contreras doing a really good job shooting through there. Almost got him in the backfield, but ball carrier just a smidge better, able to keep his feet and lunge for the stick.
Time now an issue for Taft. Ball on their own 40 on first down. New set of downs for Herrera. Hands it inside to Martin. He's taking on 2 or 3 Huskies, and he picks up 5. Martin's bigger than he looks, and he's strong as well. They love to throw it to him and run him as well with this trio of running backs. And he's got a lot of carries in this ball game compared to what he normally does. Usually they like to go to Martinez and Tilden, but Mekhi Martin, who has 2 touchdowns on the year, getting his fair share of carries tonight, as I believe Holmes jumped again. Offsides on the Huskies, if not, a false start on Taft.
Yeah, from my vantage point, it sure looked like Holmes jumped, but we'll see if he was drawn off.
Offsides on the defense, 5-yard penalty.
So another penalty on Holmes. And
That's
they are
going to move
starting
the
to
chains.
rack up.
I like what Taft is doing here. It's slow kill. You know, you're moving the ball, and you're chipping away at that clock, too. Don't give Holmes a chance to get some points before the half.
9 penalties now as Herrera fires. It's caught, and good job making a tackle there. Completed to Isaiah Jackson, but good coverage and a tackle there. So 9 penalties on Holmes. Sounds like Ferris Bueller. 9 times.
Yeah, great tackle by Xavier Gonzalez on that previous play.
The ball is just a little too high there off the hands of the intended receiver. That was intended for Jackson again. And so with 1:27 left, Taft will have a 3rd down and 4 at the 43 of Holmes. Big play here for Taft if they want to score before halftime. Holmes almost jumped again. Ricky Stade's staff signaling another play. Herrera barking out the signals. And it'll be a passing play as Herrera fires again. It's caught right near the marker, and it's good for a Taft first down. Keeping the drive alive is Jackson.
Yeah, I like what Carlos Herrera did right there. It's, you know, they're getting the plays from the sideline, so it's look at me. And then he checked over to the right side and looked at his receiver over there and immediately threw back to the left to pick up the sticks.
Watch out for Brandon King. Bottom of your screen, solo coverage. Kielbasa and Smoke Meat, first down. Low snap again. Running for his life. And now he just fires it out, and that might be intentional grounding. Although Diego Martinez was trailing that play, I guess you could say he was in the area. No flag. And then Morales is saying, where is that receiver? How is that not intentional grounding? But trailing the play was Martinez, and he was in the zip code anyway.
Well, it was just an individual play by Carlos Herrera that you just got to tip your cap to him. I mean, low snap, as you said, and then he's getting pressure from both sides. He spins out of it and at least is able to get the ball away and not take a loss of penalty or a loss of yardage on that play.
And they're going to talk it over. And
I thought 33 was close enough.
He chased down the ball.
Ball across the line of scrimmage, but it was back in the area. There is no foul.
All right, so you get the explanation. The ball did not cross. Look for 33. He's going to start out right up the middle, and now he's flaring out there in the middle of your screen. The ball is not thrown to him, but, he's over there. Yeah, it's a good call. Martin comes on the jet sweep, fake it to him. Looking at King deep. Got him, but he way overthrew. King still made it look close with his speed, but Herrera just airmailed that one, and he really had no shot at it.
Yeah, hard to say exactly what Taft was trying to do on that one. King was running free towards the left. The ball was thrown up the field, but either way, you can just see how much speed this young man has on the outside and what a handful he is to try to keep in front of you.
They may target him again here on 3rd and 10. Martinez in the backfield, 3 wide, including Martin and King. And now we may have a timeout from Taft, and we do, as they'll want to discuss this one
Out of the half.
with 57 seconds to go and a big 3rd down opportunity here. Yeah, King, I think he was running a post, and the ball was just kind of thrown behind him, but he still, and way past him, but he got on his horse and almost got there.
Well, that's one of those things, too. You can't blame Carlos Herrera. I mean, he put a ton of air underneath that football. That's what you got to do for a guy that can really leg it out on the outside. Give him some time to run underneath the football, and he almost did.
Hey, have you heard about our $5,000 band grant? One of the bands that performs on TNL this year is going to win that $5,000 band grant, all based on votes. So get your phones ready. Stay tuned for the halftime show. And then vote for your favorite band. It's made possible by the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. You can text Band 13 or Band 14, depending on your affinity for Taft or Holmes, to 44332. And again, the band that gets the most votes all year will get $5,000, courtesy of the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Big play for the Taft offense here. Brandon King, bottom of your screen. Martin comes in motion. They're looking right. Now throw back left. That's Martinez, and he's got space. Martinez has a first down, more room. Across the 20 to the 10. Martinez looking for the cone. Did he get there?
He did not.
They mark him short at the 1. His knee may have hit short, but they are in business as Brandon Reynosa ran him down and made a tackle right at the 1-yard line.
Just a great play by Taft in the design, although Diego Martinez didn't get any help out there. Nobody was able to block for him, and he still was able to make a play.
Good call, knee hit down at the 1. Herrera keeps, touchdown Taft. The Raiders impressive with this drive late in the first half. Good clock management, great play calling. Converted on 3rd and 8 with a pass to Jackson. That kept it alive. Had some adversity with that Holmes defense in the backfield, but found a way.
Well, that play design that set everything up from the 1 was really spectacular. Everything was designed to go right. They threw it back left, had a guy make an individual play, get it to an athlete on the outside, and again, you cannot say enough about the job that Taft did. Getting it up and down the field is a little botch here on the point after, but that's about the only thing that went wrong on that drive, because again, you go down the field, you milk the clock, and you just do everything right along the way. Incredible clock management that maybe the Dallas Cowboys should look and see how it's done.
And a better timeout Ricky State has never taken in his life, because they talked it over and they came up with this one, and Martinez made the Husky defense pay. Just issues on the extra point.
That was a good snap. Just had a hard time finding the football there. You know what happens when you do that, then you pay the price on the other end. You get some guys barreling down to try to block a kick, and they spike you instead of the ball.
So Holmes will have very little time to operate. 24 seconds left in the half here. Of course, it only takes DQ Haney about 13 to get down the field if they kick it to him. So, again, don't expect that. The Raiders have converted a 4th down fake punt, a bloop onside kick, and some nice play calling to take a 23-14 lead. Squib it. That ball's free. Holmes will get it. And with 20 seconds to go, they'll have the ball at their own 30. Darren Nunez kicking it off for the Huskies.
Tell you what, we've seen a little bit of everything from these these Taft special teamers with these kickoffs. We've seen pooches, we've seen line drive onside kicks that have been all problematic for Holmes to try to recover and get the ball back.
All right, so what do you do here if you're Juan Morales? Do you take a home run shot with Haney? Or
I do. Especially the way they're bunching the box. Send your fleetest guy deep and let it rip.
They'll give him a chance. He's tackled by that interior Red Raider defense, and that was likely the last snap of the half.
I'll tell you what, Joshua Davis, number 63, the sophomore center who's got a chance to be a great one at Holmes, absolutely pancaked his guy ahead of him. That was impressive.
We had an impressive first half here at Gustafson Stadium. Coach Juan Morales' squad jumped out in front, but the Taft Raiders have bounced back with 23 straight points. Let's go down to Mike Hernandez, who's standing by with the Huskies head coach. Mike?
Yeah, I'm joined by Coach Morales. Well, good first half, but the penalties seem to be a problem for you. You were talking about that before the game.
We just got to put it together. Where we keep putting ourselves down in terms of just making mistakes. Mentally, we're getting there. We'll make sure we fix it all up and get ready to go second half.
All right, look forward to seeing it.
Yes,
Good luck,
sir.
Coach.
When we come back, it's our Lockaway Storage halftime show. We'll hear from the Taft Red Raider Band when we come back.
Welcome to the Lockaway Storage halftime show.
Welcome back to the Lockaway Storage halftime show. Boy, this time of year is when the bands really get good getting their UIL productions together. Let's go down to the sidelines and listen to the Taft Raider Band.
on the rooftops of London. Cool. What a sight.
Step in time. Step in time. Step in time. Step in time.
How about that Taft High School band, huh? If you want to vote for them for our San Antonio Children's Hospital band grant, just text band 13 to 44332. Great job.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. Taft leading Holmes 23-14 in a good football game here at Gustafson Stadium. You know, it's time to recognize tonight's Scholar Athletes of the Week. Each week we highlight one student from each school on TNL. And at the end of the season, one of these students will be awarded a $10,000 scholarship presented by Vulcan Materials Company. Let's meet this week's students.
Our first Scholar Athlete of the Week comes to us from Taft High School. Meet Chelsea Beach. She's a softball player on the team and also plays on a select team called the Texas Challengers Gold.
I'm a middle infielder at Taft. I've been playing since I was a freshman, and I've been on varsities for 3 years so far because I'm a junior. And I like it. I love softball. I've been playing it since I was 4 years old, so I've always grown up to love it.
Chelsea's carrying an impressive 97.3 grade point average, and that's hard enough to maintain. But when you add sports, it's a lot of juggling.
It's really difficult. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of late nights and stuff. But I really take advantage of all the opportunities my teachers give with tutoring before and after school.
She's the Student Council Treasurer and is also in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and Helping Hands. And she helps out in the community as well.
During softball, one of our tournaments we're involved with is where we get different items and toys donated to us, or we fundraise them. And we get them during the holiday season, and we give them out to kids after our games. And after the games, like, we get to hand them out to show them, and it's just great to see, like, how happy they get from it.
Chelsea wants to go to Texas A&M like her big sister, and eventually she wants to become a dentist. Our next scholar athlete is Alex Valdivia from Holmes High School. Now, Alex plays cornerback for the Huskies and also runs all over the place on the track team.
I'm on the relay team for the 4x2. I also run open events, and I also do the 4x1 as well. Definitely the relay thing is one of the best things of the whole track and field due to all the competition that you see throughout.
He's a member of the National Honor Society and also the Spanish and English Honor Societies. And in the community, well, he likes mentoring.
There's this mentorship program where we go to elementary schools and mentor young kids that are probably struggling in school or don't have such of a father figure or stuff like that within the household. So we go out and just have fun with them.
He's ranked 4th in his class and has literally been on the academic honor roll since the 1st grade. So, as you might imagine, he's developed some pretty good study habits.
Time management and just having grit within myself, it is very difficult, but that's what you have to do as a student athlete.
Vulcan Materials Company Katie Boney presented certificates to this week's Scholar Athletes of the Week, Alex Valdivia and Chelsea Beach.
You're watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show.
Welcome back. It's the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. Taft leading Holmes 23-14. We heard from the Taft band. Now let's go down to the field and hear from the Holmes Husky marching band. a great job by the Holmes High School Marching Band. If you'd like to see them win that $5,000 band grant, just text Band 14 to 44332. Band 14, the Holmes Huskies getting a big round of applause here at Gustafson Stadium. San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. This week, we recognize 2 high schools that model beyond the game values in our community. Jordan Middle School's girls athletic teams held a shoe drive and donated more than 100 pairs to Northside Threads, their school district's clothes closet. The 8th grade volleyball team also washed and sorted clothes for the store. The Brennan High School cross country team is committed to assist twice a month with buddy classes at Ott Elementary School. They work one-on-one with the kids and help teachers implement lesson plans. These teams demonstrate the beyond the game values of selfless service, caring, sportsmanship, and respect. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their teams to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
Thanks for watching the Lockaway Storage Halftime Show. Stay tuned for the second half kickoff.
Time for our Associated Collision Center highlights. Trusted professionals since 1976. Boy, we got started early. Third play of the game, D.Q. Haney leading Holmes to a 7-0 lead. The Huskies jumping out to a 14-0 lead. Randolph Castillo scored, and then Taft comes on. Nice play. Brandon King from Carlos Herrera. Then over the middle, J.C. Alarcon from Carlos Herrera, and then Herrera does it himself, and Taft leads 23-14. Here come the Huskies. Coach Juan Morales trying to clean up just a penalty-riddled first half for the Huskies. And you just look at the bottom of these stats, Chuck, and that 9 for 82, it's just not the number of 82 yards, it's where they came.
Yeah, but it's volume too. I mean, that's a lot, obviously, for any first half. And, you know, boy, Holmes just jumped out so quickly in this game. You know, they created a turnover on the second play of the game, cashed it right in, jumped out to that quick 14-0 lead, but now they got to have a quick start to this third quarter because it has been all Taft ever since.
Holmes with as much penalty yards as they have in total offensive yards, and that's just a killer as Brian Medina prepares for our HEB second half kickoff. He'll kick it deep to DeQuarian Haney and Jake Lee back for the Huskies. We say that, but he never does because he'll kick it right to that middle spot where they had the successful, what turned out to be an onside kick because of the bloop. And here it is again, and Holmes will quickly call for a fair catch. And they'll have pretty good field position at the 37-yard line. Brandon Reynosa with the fair catch.
It's great field position. Great place to start and set up shop to begin the second half. I'm guessing they're going to get it to 3.
DQ Haney runs on the field. This new group of Huskies, and Rios is out to start the second half. Played most of the first half, but was out. So they took a look at him. What I assume would be a little minor injury a couple of different times there in the first half. Come to the line quickly and hand the fullback dive. About the line of scrimmage is all as the interior front for the Taft defense was stout.
Yeah, got a good surge up front. Getting low and then having the backers come up and help fill.
TJ Okanane with the tackle, and I'm calling him TJ because his first name is spelled Tejumojesu. And if you can say that, good for you. I'm going with TJ. Coach said we call him TJ. Haney
3
spun out of a tackle and a stiff arm at the end of the play, all the way to midfield as we bring in Mike Hernandez. Mike, how did Coach Stade feel about the first half?
Well, he kind of chuckled and he said we couldn't have had much of much worse of a start. He says, but the boys responded. He says, and finally the execution started matching the effort, and then they started to come around and do what they needed to do. I asked him what he thought about the second half and what he expected from Holmes. He goes, you know what? He goes, the most physical team is still going to win this game, and he expects Holmes to play hard till the very last tick on the clock. He says this isn't over by a long shot.
Indeed, 23-14, first down, a kielbasa smoked meat first down as they hand to Haney. And Taft again stops him after a gain of 1.
Well, we talked about the most physical team gonna win this football game. And I'll tell you what, it is getting dirty in the trenches. Clean, but dirty. Good time. A lot of guys getting nasty up in there. That's Nathan Cano doing his thing. Big number 99. It'd be the last guy I'd want to take on if I'm somebody from Holmes.
99 and 41 have been all over the place here tonight, especially early on this second series. Tighten up again. Play action. Haney's wide open. They got it to him. He cuts back at the 30. And if you take a look at this play in replay, this should have been to the house. He was wide open early, and if this ball's thrown out in front of him, he's gone.
Well, good job selling the play with the run, then booting it out to the right and then dishing it downfield. And, you know, Holmes kind of sucker punching him there, lulling him to sleep with some dive plays. Then they're going to get it up top. But this is a really nice drive to start the third quarter.
Kielbasa smoked meat first down for the Huskies, who have changed the tempo here, the way they get to the line of scrimmage here in the second half. They're going with this quick race to the snap as Rodolfo Castillo carries. Which reminds me of D.W. Rutledge's Judson teams of the early 90s when they had Gerard Douglas. They'd huddle and then they'd sprint to the line and snap it before you really could get set. They're the only team I've ever seen that could run a 2-minute drill, never take a timeout, and snap it with about 15 seconds on the play clock every time. Second down and about 8. Here's the pitch and a spin. Nice little move inside by Chris Malero.
He's still going. Oh, that ball was loose.
At the end of the play, yeah, the ball, Holmes recovered. I thought they had blown it down.
Yeah, I think they did, but that was one of those where Holmes tried to get something going inside in every single place that Malero was looking. There was a red hat right there in front of him, but the kid's got a little junk in his jitterbug there.
3rd and 6, big play to keep the drive alive for the Huskies. They give it to Haney. He dances, and Taft stops him short. Hoping for a home run there, their best player. And we may have an injury here. Holmes has an injured player who's coming off to the sideline, won't stop play. It'll be 4th down and 4, and maybe Juan Morales was thinking 2 plays. Nope, he runs out his kicker. He's a good one, and he's going to let him try from 39. It's Adair Nunez again, first team all-district kicker a year ago, but he had an ACL, and ball's out and loose, and it's still loose, and it's going nowhere, and Taft's going to have the football at their 35-yard line. More mistakes for Juan Morales' frustrating night continues. Taft has the football when we come back. Back to live action here at Gus on 1st and 10. Straight hand up the middle for the Taft Raiders. That goes to Diego Martinez for about 2.
Yeah, John Garza and Elijah Rivera over there on the left side, just clearing a huge hole.
Garza's a good one, nominated for our All-Star game, a 4-year starter. Big number 68 doing a great job up front for the Raiders. 2nd down and 8 for Taft. Herrera on a quarterback keep all the way, going nowhere. Isaiah Robinson there to snuff that out for the Holmes D.
Holmes doing a pretty good job here on these first 2 run plays. Try to get the ball back for their offense. I mean, that had to be a huge blow for the Huskies to have a great drive like that and come away with no points. So they got to get it back and see if they can do this thing again.
3rd down and 9. They flare out Martinez. Straight drop for Herrera. Now he takes off and runs. He's got nowhere to go as the Husky defense runs him down, and that's Lawrence Lee. Check that. 56 is Ethan Malley. He did a great job staying at home and then running him down.
Yeah, there were a lot of guys on the Holmes defense that absolutely did a great job of just staying in their lane. Don't give the quarterback a chance to break one out, and Herrera's already had a really nice game throwing it and running it, but that was a huge turn of events there by the Holmes defense to get in and off the field.
Brian Medina's done a good job of keeping it away from Haney, but he's going to have a chance to return this. He's showing some speed, trying to get it outside. He got a great block, turns the corner, gets another block, and gets across the 45. Oh my goodness, did we have some decleaters out there on that play. 23-yard return, and we had a couple of collisions out there worthy of our collision of the game.
We got a couple of guys that are slow to get up, too, after that.
I would think so. As we go down to Mike Hernandez. Mike?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm joined by Amanda Stevenson, the Taft band director. How are you doing? Good to see you again.
Well, yeah, good to see you as well.
That was a great show.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
I really like the chimney sweeps and the umbrellas and all that.
Yeah, it's very interactive. It's a lot of fun.
Now, that's the UIL show that you're going to be competing in this weekend.
Correct. Yes, we have UIL this weekend, Saturday at Ferris. We're on at 8 p.m.
You got who are you going up against?
All of Northside ISD, some schools out as far as Kerrville, all that good stuff. So lots of bands.
So how have you done in the past?
We've been doing pretty well. We've had traditional sweepstakes awards there, so we're hoping to get back in the area, shot at area finals, and continue on from there.
Well, that show, you can't go wrong. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good luck this weekend,
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Mike. Holmes has gone with a different quarterback here on this series. It's Bustos again filling in for Raymond Rios, and he's got a couple of carries. This one near a first down, 3rd down and 1 for Holmes driving inside Taft territory. And Holmes moves again pre-snap, another penalty on the Huskies, and that's now double digits.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
10 penalties now. And from 3rd and 1, Chuck, it's not the penalty, it's the time and the place and the impact. You have 3rd and 1, and now you're 3rd and 6. Some of those other ones, you give up 15 yards, that puts the ball at the 10-yard line. Just
again, they had a touchdown called back. So yeah, you're right. But the volume is
there's a lot.
It's
too
hurting
many.
them too. Yep.
Too many. And now another whistle, and it's a delay of game.
3rd down.
And it's like they just pulled it out of the holster and aiming it right at their big toe. Talking about shooting yourself in the foot. 3rd down and 11 from 3rd and 1.
A lot of personnel changes here on this play, trying to get guys in and off the field.
Rios is back in at quarterback. And there's movement all over the place, and they're going to get him again. Holmes wasn't even close to being set.
Roy Ortiz.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So you go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 16 because you can't line up and snap it. That's got to be incredibly frustrating. 12 penalties now for 97 yards.
Yeah, nobody said it was going to be easy for both of these schools, and even talking to the Taft coaches, they're still trying to learn what their kids are all about too, with a new coach, new head coach, and a bunch of new assistants.
Rios falling backwards. This is going to be picked off, and it's just kicking himself because he didn't pick that off, intended for Daniel Perkins, but big break there for the Huskies.
Yeah, at least they'll be able to punt this ball away. But yeah, that's two really good drives to start the third quarter, and then things go haywire. Good start to these drives, but they're just not finishing them off.
Ricky Luna Paz to kick it away. Hunt back to receive it. They'll let it bounce. And good play by the Holmes special team to put it all the way back to the 15-yard line. So Taft is backed up in their own territory. It's their football, and they lead it 23-14 here with 4:03 to go in the third.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Pick and Pull.
Hey, our Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Camp out at the Holmes Pep Rally today. Huskies all fired up for the game tonight. They came out and took a 14-0 lead. But since then, it's been all Taft. Martin takes a sweep, takes it wide all the way, was forced out of bounds. Short gain on the play. Isaiah Robinson ran him out of bounds.
And 44 being his disrupting self, Kriavani Johnson. I like the way Holmes came out there on first down as a defense. I mean, it's easy to hang your hat when your offense isn't picking you up, but they know, man, they're still in this game. There's a lot of football left. To get in and off the field again, you can get back in this football game and playing like that there on first down.
2nd down and 10 for the Raiders. Ball's on their own 15-yard line. They fake the inside handoff. They throw it, and it is read well again by the Holmes defense. King going nowhere because, again, Xavier Gonzalez on that corner has been stout all night.
Indeed, he has. Another big play, and Holmes absolutely selling out, throwing everybody in the box, trying to stop some of these plays. We'll see if Taft, with the 2-score lead, plays it a little safe, or if they take a shot downfield.
Third and 15. Dangerous place to be playing for Herrera, who throws it up, and that ball's caught. Tilden's got it for a first down. Wow. Talk about your Hail Mary.
Yeah, it's just one of those, who's going to locate the football first? Holmes had two guys back there. Heavy heat coming down. Great job by Herrera staying in and taking his shot downfield. And first guy to field the ball or see the ball, able to track it down, is Martinez.
And you know what? He just trusts his athlete there. That was thrown into triple coverage for a Keel Basso smoked meat first down. Herrera loses it, had a hard time from the get-go finding the ears on that one. Taft got it back, but he's had a couple of different, he's pointing to the ball.
Yeah, somebody must have greased it on him.
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, that was reminiscent of what we saw the second play of the game. Has the ball and just, hello, squeezed it too hard, slipped right out of his hand.
Lucky to get it back.
I was down there throwing balls earlier, and there are a couple of slick balls down there. I mean, you got to bust them up a little bit before you get your hands on them.
Herrera wants to go deep for King. Got him. And just threw it out of bounds. But again,
pretty good coverage down there, too.
Very good coverage.
Nothing wrong with that. Stride for stride with the receiver and make sure that the ball's thrown. It's thrown up the sideline. Not a whole lot of places to go with a football right there.
I was impressed by the speed of J.C. Alarcón. Caught a touchdown tonight from the tight end spot. I thought that was King racing down the sidelines, but it was Alarcón who has some blazing speed as well. 3 to the left for Herrera. He looks that way, now fires the screen to the right.
Not this time.
Not going anywhere because the Holmes defense never strays from home base. Richard Contreras and Creo Johnson both there as well to set up a 4th and 15. So the Holmes defense keeping the Huskies in this game. If they could just avoid some penalties, and here's more on the young man that just made the tackle. Got a 91 GPA. Going to go into sports management, sports science. He's looking to play football at the next level, perhaps at UIW, Mary Hardin Baylor, or Texas Lutheran. Did a nice job on that play as Haney's back to receive the punt. But we've got a timeout, and that'll give us time. So get down to the sidelines and Mike Hernandez. Mike?
Yeah, I'm joined by Daniel Lugo, the band director for the Huskies. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, it's been a year.
About a year, almost exactly. So again, UIL coming up for you all, and you all are also going to be at Ferris on Saturday, right?
We'll be there at Ferris at 7:30 is when we perform, if nature holds back a little bit, and we'll be there ready.
Yeah, so he was asking me, he says, if it rains, he goes, we're dead in the water here.
It's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we can still pull it through.
Now you have a new facility, a new building that they're going to be building here in, 2019?
Yes, they started, it's been about 2 years. We celebrate 2 years in our portable in March, and they should be done hopefully the beginning of 2019, and we look forward to it. Fine arts, choir, orchestra, mariachi, art, journalism, band. We're going to have a new home, and it's going to be well-deserved.
Oh, good. Yeah, well-deserved. That is for sure. Good luck to you. Keep up the good work, and knock them dead on Saturday, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Haney lets it bounce inside the 45, down to the 40. Anybody else catch that? They're going to have a mariachi facility? Now, that's pretty cool. We're back in 30 seconds.
My team is selling homes every single day. With countless years of combined military and real estate experience, we know what it takes to get your home sold. Our fast-track selling process has proven to sell more homes quicker, hassle-free, and with maximum profit to the seller. We work 24/7 to sell your home. Our hassle-free listing process will get your home sold, I guarantee it. Are you ready to buy or sell a home? Make an appointment with my team today. We are veteran-owned and veteran-operated, the Levi Rogers Real Estate Group, 210-331-7000.
Wow, the big-time play by T.J. Okanade. That is a load, and he's been doing that all night long, big number 41. And that takes us to the end of the third quarter as the Taft defense bows up here. And the Taft Raiders lead Holmes 23-14. It's quarter number 4, still very much a ball game. We'll flip the field when we come back to Gustafson Stadium. Welcome back to Gus. Second down and 11 for the Holmes Huskies, who trail 23-14. Play action. Rios wanting to go deep, now running for his life, and does not quite get back to the line of scrimmage. Runs out of bounds, and he was run out of there by T.J. Okanade again.
I don't know if that was one of those plays that looked like it was designed to go to the right initially and then throw it back to the left. There just wasn't anybody over there to the left to throw it to. It might have been a bust. No matter how you slice it up, 12 was running for his life back there. Again, another third and long situation.
3rd and 15 from the 32. Looking over the middle, that's thrown short and behind Haney, who had his man beat. They just couldn't quite put it on the numbers.
Yeah, Haney was feeling the pressure up the middle and got smoked right as he was getting ready to football. He hung in there like a man, took his lumps, but tough to get rid of the football when you're getting pressure right in your face.
So it'll be 4th down. Luna Paz will be on to kick it to Hunt. And that third quarter flew by as Taft prepared to run clock, and you would think with this kind of lead, they'd be content again to try their running game with the Martinez and Martin and the like, and try to wear down that Husky interior defensive line. Hey, you're going to take a look at our Monarch trophies. The trophies that's going to be handed out tonight. Smile, you're on TV. The trophies were custom designed by the Monarch Trophy Studio. If you are looking for trophies, plaques, or custom engraving, call our good friends at Monarch, 210-344-3777, or visit mtsawards.com. Monarch Trophy, been with us many, many years. Good partners here on TNL. Tilden and Mackay Martin in the backfield. It's Martin on a, check that, Herrera on the keep.
You know, save for a play here or a play there. Both of these defenses have kind of reasserted themselves here in this second half.
Yeah, you can't knock the D.
Yeah, I mean, got guys slipping blocks and staying at home and stringing out plays and making it really hard on these offenses.
Second down and 12. As the speedy King comes to the bottom of the screen. Play action, throwing it out to the far side. Good catch. Flag flies in late. Andrew Sanchez did a nice job holding on to that one despite being drilled by Xavier Gonzalez.
Yeah, it's one of those big boy plays right there. You know you're going to take a shot at the end of this. He still went up and got the football.
Ineligible receiver down. Penalties decline. Third down.
Here's a look at the pass again. Not sure who leaked downfield, but the ball was, doesn't matter with the penalty. You see Ricky State going nuts on the sideline. I don't know if he wants an explanation. In fact, if he's going to call a timeout to get one. And we'll take a timeout with him as he wants an explanation. We'll be right back. We are back where Ricky Stade just lost his argument with the officiating crew in the illegal man downfield.
Taft possession
is going to be enforced, and against the very animated wishes of Ricky Stade.
You know, Coach Stade is a little under the weather and has been all week, so he probably doesn't need much to get him feeling a little angry.
2nd and 15 as they fire to the far side. And the Holmes defense there to drill Andrew Sanchez again.
I tell you, this Holmes defense is giving its offense every chance to get back in this football game. They have been absolutely lights out in this third quarter. I mean, both of these offenses seemingly are going backwards every play.
Yeah, no question about it. You had 3rd and 5 and now 3rd and 21. Some of these penalties are 2nd and 5 and now it's 3rd and 21 after the penalty and the backwards play. Here's Herrera, going to call his own number. He's got some space if he can get outside, but again, Holmes' defense is right there, and the corners are shored up by 24 Xavier Gonzalez and Alex Valdivia, our scholar athlete, both on the corner all night long, have kept their containment and done a great job for Holmes.
Yeah, they really have. And especially as elusive as the Taft quarterback Contreras has been all night. I mean, Herrera, excuse me. He's been really good with his feet.
Tilden gets it off, going to make Haney run for it, play center field. He's got the ball in his hands. And good coverage by the Taft punt team as Matthew Rodriguez runs him down. We're coming back. Husky football, 9:12 to go here at Gus. Welcome back. Holmes football, trying to get back in the football game. Bustos in at quarterback, and he's not a nice gain on first down. Chris Martinez with the tackle, but John Bustos again sparing Raymond Rios.
Yeah, the left side of that line for Holmes. David Shavira and Manuel Lozola. And that was reminiscent of Moses in that Red Sea, brother. That was a big old gape on the left side.
Bustos has shown some ability to run the football here tonight. He's going to call his own number again. Pops it outside. He's got the first down. Not afraid of contact at the end of the run either. Chris Martinez ran him down. But Martinez maybe have gotten a little more Bustos than he wanted to. Bustos putting his head down to finish.
Yeah, and a great block outside by the tight end, the sophomore, Pedro Medellín, doing a great job just completely shutting the door over there on the right side so his QB can get outside and scamper down the field.
Haney comes back into the ball game. Back there with Bustos. Kielbasa smoke meat first down. Haney trying to get to the corner. But the Taft defense staying at home. On the edge, Malachi Moore. Not going to let anybody get outside on him. Matthew Rodriguez over there.
Yeah, Taft does a 3-3 stack. Obviously put a lot of pressure on their three defensive linemen. Those guys have done an outstanding job tonight. Remember, I mean, Holmes got 7 of their points on a very short field to start the game.
2-possession football game for the Huskies with 7:50 to play. And Haney deep in this eye. Gets a running start, gets the football, breaks it outside, breaks one tackle, breaks two, and he's still going. Across the 40-yard line, a nice, tough run by DeQuarian Haney.
And some face time for the big fellas up front.
Hat came off. Big John Ray, number 77, ran into his dad pregame. He's very proud of his son. We'll tell you about our All-Star Cheer Challenge. You can vote now at the CW35.com. Remember, 2 4-cheer groups are going to get $1,000 and $500 grants and get to cheer at the the All-American Bowl or the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game in the Dome on January 5th. Chuck, it gets me every time.
That's okay. How many times did I say
Cherokees
last week? See, I didn't even say it tonight. You kind of fill in the blank.
Just once.
Good to see DQ getting up. Took quite a shot there at the end, and my guess is we have not seen the last of 3 tonight.
No, he's special. Hope to see him in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game. Certainly worthy.
Yeah, there's a lot of young men that are worthy of that honor. It's getting harder and harder to fill out these rosters and turn people away. It seems like we got great players every nook and cranny of the area.
Sure enough. Been around this area for so long, and you see it grow so much, and so much more talent here than was here just 15, 20 years ago. Rios back in, fires over the middle, well short of the intended receiver. Joey Ortiz was out there. Malachi Moore defending. Good coverage again by Taft, and both teams having a tough time moving the football, especially through the air.
Well, if you're Taft, you got to be on alert for everything here. But if you're Juan Morales, 7-11, you're down 2 scores, no problem really playing the field position game right here. You need to, still got a couple of timeouts left. We'll see if you can't tilt the field, get a quick out, and then maybe get back on the field and cut into that lead.
Luna Paz to kick it away to Hunt. Snapped over his head. Holmes in trouble here. Ricky Luna Paz gonna try to kick it. He's gonna be down all the way at his 15-yard line. as the wheels come off on the Holmes special teams unit.
Well, Clyde Jones has been a nuisance all night long in that backfield for Taft, and once that snap went over the punter's head, Clyde Jones wrecked that, and talk about tilting the field. Taft now in business. Welcome back to Gus Stadium, where the Taft Raiders are up 23-14. And as we take a look at our Alamo Real Estate Brokers Smile Cam, hey, thanks to all the volunteers from Warren High School who showed up here tonight to help out with the concessions. It's kind of cool what 28-6A does. They ask for the volunteers to come in from other schools on game night, and obviously a good turnout from the Warriors.
So very good field position for Taft as they take the snap, and Martin has it across the 10-yard line. Now he's pushed back to the 15. There's some extracurriculars going on down there, and we do have 2 flags as a little scrap breaks out.
Guys have been getting after it all night. Ref's doing a really good job. You know, he kind of nipped this right in the bud by throwing a bunch of flags.
I think it's going to be offsetting as they're calling on both guys. Cantu and Martin. At the end of the run, they were trying to take the ball away from Martin. He wasn't about to have that, so threw a couple elbows. The elbows were flying back and forth, and officials did a good job.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the defense, half the distance to the goal.
Wow, so it's just on Holmes, so another penalty goes against the Huskies, and with the half the distance, they'll spot it at the 6.
All I know is I'm glad we are up here, because there are some big, nasty biggins down there getting after each other right now. I suspect we're going to see it again on this play.
Here's the snap to Herrera. They hand it to Martinez. He gets across the 5 down to about the 4. Diego Martinez, Criavani Johnson there to bring him down. And now Holmes trying to bow up on D. Down 9 with 6 minutes to go. And they've got to have a goal line stand to have any chance in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you can get away with giving up 3 right here, but you've got to keep them out of the end zone.
Martinez and Tilden in the backfield. It's Martinez right up the middle, pushing across. I thought he broke the plane. He's still trying to break the plane. Gets down to the 1. And trying to get untangled again. Did he not cross the plane on the first push?
No, but he was able to squirt outside, get another rung at it. I'll tell you what, man, these Holmes dudes are playing hard.
Holmes bowing up now. It's 3rd and goal from the 1.
See, Taft is absolutely content at letting this play clock wind down too. But if you're Holmes, you want to stay in this game, you got to get a stop right here.
We'll try Tilden. He bounces, and he's in for a Taft touchdown.
This great second effort.
2 big
play
backs.
by 32, absolutely.
Devon Tilden is. Diego Martinez had equal numbers coming into this ball game, and they tried them both, gave them each a shot.
No, he was actually contacted behind the line, but just too big, too strong. And we talked about the physicality in which all 3 of these Taft runners like to do their business, and we saw him finish, one of them finish off the run right there.
Brian Medina's extra point is good, and Taft pretty much puts this one away. 30-14 with 5 minutes to go. And again, Holmes had their chances, went out to a 14-0 lead early, and then really penalties more than anything have doomed their shot at being competitive the rest of the night.
Well, that's one of those where, you know, you come out to start the 3rd quarter, you get a good drive going, and then you have a hard time with the field goal attempt. Then you get the ball back, and you're having a great drive, and then you have 3 or 4 straight penalties. It's just kind of, you're right, it's just one thing after another, and it's just hard to build any momentum or get any rhythm to your offense when you keep having all these setbacks. But I'll tell you what, there was still a lot of fight in these Holmes Huskies all night, and a testament to their head coach, Ron Morales.
Yeah, Coach Morales done a great job with this program. Tonight, however, he's got to be frustrated with the execution. 12 or 13 penalties for 103 yards. They've only got 109 on total offense, so more penalty yardage than offense. And then mistakes like the snap over the punter's head where you give them the football at the 15-yard line when you're in a football game. So
right.
Brandon Reynosa on the fair catch there. You know, he's working through this, and he will. He'll do a great job there at Holmes. But it's, you know, baby steps, and sometimes growth is hard.
Right, and I think a lot of it, too, is, you know, it's like, you know, talking to Coach Stade over at Taft this week, it's, you know, you have to identify what you have first at all levels, figure out what you have, and then try to work around what you have to try to build a program. So, yeah, it normally doesn't happen overnight, although, you know, Coach Juan's done such a great job, you know, where he was at Highlands turning them around so lickety-split. I think, you know, a lot of people thought, okay, you know, this is a lot easier than he's making it look.
They run the reverse, good speed, getting to the outside. It's Joey Ortiz. Good yardage there. Yeah, you know, and quite honestly, we talked about it earlier. When you play in 28-6A, there's a lot of things that go into turning a program around. Yes, you have to build a culture, but you could inherit a couple of athletes at Highlands and turn it around pretty quickly. Bruce Moody was the kid that was so electric at Highlands, and if you have a couple of kids like that in that district, your talent level
on
is
the
going
offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Be a big part of turning that culture around as well. So he could very well have turned the culture around here, but it depends on the year that you come and, you know, what's in the cupboard.
Yeah, and you're talking about one of the districts that's one of the bigger ones in the state.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot every week.
It's hard for anybody to win a game. That ball's picked off. He got that clean right off the toes. Malachi Moore with an athletic play to snag that 6 inches off the ground.
Malachi.
Watch this.
Remember that from Children of the Corn? Classic. And what a great job with the concentration and getting those hands out, making a play for his squad. Nice.
I never saw Children of the Corn.
Oh, you missed a lot, dude.
Was it good?
Outstanding. Well, what I remember. I mean, it's like a 30-year-old movie.
I thought you were referencing Billy Thorpe's Children of the Sun.
No. No.
Anybody know that one?
No,
that's obscure.
But yeah, you got to be over 70 to know that one.
Look at this.
Out.
Martinez, Diego Martinez breaking one. Inside the 20. Big time run by Diego Martinez.
Then we got run, Diego, run. Nice. Another big play coming from the Taft Raiders tonight. Finish out this ball game.
Inside the Baptist Emergency Hospital red zone.
Everybody getting in the act now for Taft. Sophomore looking like all pro.
Here's another look at it. Once he got through the first level, he shows some speed.
Oh, boy, was there some blocking up front. Even one of the up backs, Malachi Martin, doing a great job helping to spring that for his buddy.
Hey, San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for the community. San Antonio Sports and Methodist Healthcare are shining the light on teams that model key values through their actions. Parents, teachers, coaches can nominate teams that go beyond the game. Just visit sanantoniosports.org.
And I'm sorry, it was Makai Martin, not Malachi. I got Malachi in the brain now for the rest of the night. So Makai doing a really good job busting up that block.
I'm telling you, man, I was studying this roster this week, and there are some gems. Some great names. First and 10 Ball's on the ground again off the snap. It's Martinez. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Ricardo Contreras there to make the tackle.
We've seen that a lot tonight. I think Carlos Herrera has done an outstanding job running this offense his first game back. And, you know, it's probably not the easiest thing to do to come back
and play shortstop.
That first, but then coming back from a dislocated shoulder on his throwing arm and moving this offense as well as he's done tonight. I mean, it's been a heck of a performance.
And every play is made so much more difficult when you have to try to get it at your shoestrings instead of right at your waist. There's another low snap. Handed to Martin, and Martin pulls forward to the 10. Joseph Willard making the tackle for Holmes. And tick-tock, we're inside of 3:30 as Taft is just content running as much clock as they can here.
Well, if they can pick up a first down, going to run another 2 minutes off the clock. We'll see if Taft is making some substitutions and get some other guys a little chance to have a piece of the action.
Hand off. Down to about the 5-yard line. That's Martin again. And the clock will continue to run as he gets close to the marker. It's going to be 4th down and less than a yard. We take a look at what's coming ahead for Taft. After tonight, they got Warren J. Stevens and Brandeis. So, you know, I don't know what their playoff chances are, but they've got Clark Brennan and O'Connor behind them. So, you know, if they run the table, they'll be there. But again,
yeah, I mean, Warren J. Stevens, Brandeis, man, that ain't no joke either. That's the thing
Warren's
about this
very
league,
good.
right? Jay's got the Zeno kids, so you know that ain't going to be no cupcake, cream puff bunny game there. Stevens has got athletes, and Brandeis is
one of the best. Yeah, looking forward to that Brandeis O'Connor matchup this weekend, huh?
Sold out. They sold it out by Tuesday.
Wow.
I don't know if we can even get in there to watch.
Here's Holmes. And you look at their schedule, all Northside schools all the way down, top to bottom. Brandeis, Marshall, Clark, and Brennan after this. We've got a bye week next week for TNL, but here's our schedule coming up. After that, we've got Roosevelt and Johnson, the new school Harlan, who, by the way, might have the best uniforms in town in their first year of existence.
Really?
Oh, they are clean.
All right.
And they're playing Southwest, and then South San, who's never been on TNL, going to take on one of San Antonio's perennial powers in the Reagan Rattlers. Yeah, they've done a really nice job with the Villanova look, the baby blue, navy blue. 4th down and 1 for Taft, trying to run more clock. First down here, they might just run it out. Martin takes it. And depending on where they spot it, it's going to be measurable.
I think he's short, but again, you know, this game is over, and the Holmes kids are still selling out, playing some football.
Jose Martinez, look at them, they're excited.
Yeah, I mean, as they should be. I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, win the play. May not have won the day, just win the play. Good effort. Good effort by the defense all around in the second half. I mean, hats off to those guys as a unit. They're really impressive. And again, you know, if you're going to get these Huskies, you look at their schedule, and obviously the meat of their schedule's behind them. But these guys are they're going to line up and fight you. So you better be ready.
There's DQ Haney. Across the 15, it's time for our collision of the game as Markel Turner makes the tackle.
I've got a few of these tonight.
Baptist Emergency Hospital collision of the game, and that's Martinez dishing it out from the offensive side. Our Baptist Emergency Hospital collision of the game. There's a ball completed and getting out of bounds Clock continues to run. I thought they were going to stop the clock, but it continues to run.
And the Taft defense has done a nice job tonight, obviously, as well. Coach stayed in it to win it, huh? Starting to shake off the effects of the flu, it looks like.
Flag goes pre-snap. They have a false start. Adding to
Third
the
down.
penalty tally of the Holmes Huskies. And that'll make it 3rd and 9. And Clark stops on the wind. Straight drop, fires over the middle. That'll stop the clock with Haney leaping to try to make the catch, thrown a little bit behind him. And that'll set up 4th down. Clyde Jones on the coverage. And they're just going to go for it here on 4th down. I'm sure that Coach Stade wouldn't run it up if it's not a conversion here. And that'll stop the clock and give Taft the ball on the 9-yard line. But with 52 seconds, I'm sure Stade's going to do the classy thing and take a couple of knees here.
Well, it's great coverage all the way around on that particular series. Taft defense, strong tip of the cap to them tonight.
Absolutely, they did a fantastic job. Right now it's time for our Night Office Solutions play of the night. And that goes to Brandon King with his speed down the sidelines. Blazing speed as Taft came back from down 14-0 to score 30 straight points. That is our Night Office Solutions play of the night.
Big plays, good plays. A lot of excitement here tonight.
Fun game. And again, Holmes is not that far off. They just need to clean up their execution and still trying to build, but it's very hard to do when you play this schedule in this district.
Yeah, and I know, it's been a rough few weeks for Taft too, so they're super excited to be back into the win column.
Absolutely, and get their 2nd district win, and again, we showed you their schedule. They've got reason to keep playoff hopes alive. Maybe not likely, but they're still possible based on this W here tonight. The final will be 30-14, the Taft Raiders over Holmes. Mike Hernandez will hand out the trophies to Coach Ricky Stade and the Taft Raiders when we come back. But it's Taft over Holmes on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights.
Welcome to the Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights postgame show presented by Taco Cabana.
Welcome back to Gus. The Taft Raiders victorious on TNL. Let's go down and hand out the hardware to Mike Hernandez.
All right. I got an excited bunch, right? Yeah. Taft Raiders, I'm talking about. Winning the game tonight. Very solid game, guys, offensively and defensively. Going to give out the MVP trophy first for the player of the game, and then I'm going to talk to Coach. Number 2, your quarterback, Carlos Herrera. All right. So he had a pretty good game. 2 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown, 147 yards passing. Not bad. Give me 5. Bad. So what'd you think?
I think we fought hard, and I couldn't be able to be the MVP without my teammates behind me. None of them. Every single one of them.
This is what I do. Where's the offensive line? Yeah, buy them some cheeseburgers, okay?
They got pancakes tomorrow morning.
Pancakes. All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
How about a hand for your quarterback? All right, Coach State, congratulations. All right. So, again, first year, Head coach here, you're doing great. You're back to 3-3 now. What do you think after a big win tonight?
It feels good. It's been a while since we won a game, and our guys have been battling through it, and they paid off tonight. Our work that they've been putting in, they were relentless. They were tough, and right up to the end, because Holmes is a good team, and they fight their tails off, and we had to match that tonight.
So what did you say to them at halftime?
I said, we're in the middle of a football game. We started about as bad as we could have, and the guys came out and they responded, and we're in the middle of a game. We got to finish it. We talk about finishing all the time and being relentless, and that's what we did tonight. We finished the game. We were relentless, and we got the W, and damn, it feels good.
Well, good. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy the win. I want to hand you your Hallmark Championship T&L trophy. I'll let you present it to him, to your champion, Taft Raiders.
Always fun to see that. We're coming back to wrap it up after this. Welcome back. Taft, the winner tonight over Holmes, 30-14. Let's take a look at our Associated Collision Center highlights. Trusted professionals in San Antonio since 1976. Holmes got out of the gate quickly. DeQuarian Haney with a touchdown. They got out to a 14-0 lead. This one by Randolph Castillo. But it was all, and I mean all, Taft after that. Brandon King going to the house. Brian Medina kicked a field goal, and J.C. Alarcon scored on the little tight end pop pass. And then our player of the game doing it all, throwing it, running it. Carlos Herrera was 23-14 at the half. And then the Raiders put it away with Devon Tilden's touchdown run in the third quarter. And again, the number that jumps off the screen to me, Chuck, is 15 for 113, the penalties for Holmes. But you can't take anything away from the Raiders, especially the way they executed against a really good Holmes defense.
You know, and it looked like it was going to be the sloppiest night ever for Taft. They came out here, turned the ball over on the second play of the game, and then literally after that, it was a fairly clean performance. They certainly did nothing to beat themselves tonight in this one, and they didn't have a lot of total yards in this game. Both defenses doing a very good job at stopping the other, but Taft, when they had their opportunities, they cashed it in, and they're walking away with a 16-point win here tonight at Gus.
Speaking of a clean performance, how about Chris Kotfus in the truck? Our producer, Brian Watts for Chuck McIntyre. Mike Hernandez down on the sidelines. Our statistician extraordinaire, Mark Kusenberger. And spotting tonight, as always, the intern, Jeffrey Hovatter. Great night for these guys. And we're coming back. We're taking a bye week next week, but we'll be back in 2 weeks on Hallmark University Thursday Night Lights. Till then, good night, everybody.